Okay, YouTube. So I am back on the bike. I just changed over my camera and noticing something that's pretty cool. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it from the camera, but right there is what they call a lock. It actually just just lowered the water enough for that boat to, sail along for a little while without having to, go down a rapid. So they did a kind of almost a step ladder type situation. It's kind of neat how they worked it out. They gradually lower the boats by just bringing them into these big, huge containered areas, and then they just dump the water out so that it lowers it. An interesting way of getting the boats to the other lake without having to go over Niagara Falls. Nobody wants to do that unless they're crazy or suicidal or both. Well, this guy's gonna pop right out. It's fine. Sometimes you just kind of wonder when they're gonna do it. Like if they go out at the last minute and cause issues. Good thing about this bike is it's got some good brakes on it. Not like the Cruiser. It takes about half the distance to stop. Yay! Another cyclist! I hate going past cyclists. They give you the finger when you get too close to them. Half of them are. This one, she stays to the side. Some of them, like I showed on an earlier video, which was earlier today. Maybe it might even be this video, where there's too deep and it takes up half the road, and you're like, really? So you're gonna make the traffic that's on this, like all the other traffic, hold up for your dumb because you don't know how to go single file. I mean, even motorcycles don't go to a double file unless they're kind of inconsiderate, or they go into a stagger position. But at least they're going fast enough that it's not, impeding traffic. These guys, they just don't they don't give two. They couldn't care less that they are holding up everybody. They could have a whole line of traffic. Oh, here I get, I gotta stop. Otherwise I'm gonna start getting called Snowcat. No Snowcat. So this is really pretty, and I'm not gonna again about bikes because it's not worth it. Look at that bridge. That thing there is insane. It's the Skyway, so it goes over a bunch of real estate, and I think we're going to be coming out over here in a few moments. I might even be crossing. Yeah, I'll be crossing that bridge that's right there, because I chose to avoid going on all that nonsense up there. I don't know what this road is, so I'm going to go straight and see what it is. Canal Parkway. Sounds like it'd be a good ride. Well, that just looks horrible. What are you doing with that poor van? Oh yeah, I like this road better. It's kind of pretty, and it goes along the canal, and you can see more locks. There are, I don't know how many there are. I think there's like 12 or 13 of them. Lock 3. Maybe not even that much, because that's lock 3. I don't know what number they started off at. Well, I know what number they started off at. I just don't know what side they started off at. Here's a museum about the locks, so if a person wanted to go in there, they could. I don't know if there's admission for it or not. Probably, to keep it going. So it's another one of those cool things, because the locks were originally made, dug by hand and horse. This isn't the same, well, this might be part of it, but the original one that kind of goes through where I live, it was actually dug out by people, not by hand, but by horse, by hand, because they didn't have all the vehicles, and they had these locks made, and they would pull barges up and down the canal by horses on the side of the canal. They had like big paths gouged in, and they'd get a bunch of horses, and these horses would be attached to the barge and pull the barge along. It's kind of neat. My dad told me about that story when I was younger. It's kind of amazing. The things that we do to, progress. But yeah, this is definitely better than going through town. So I know where this will take me, which will be cool. It'll go through a little bit of town. For the most part, I can stay, not country, but not traffic either. Lock 7. Yeah, so this is the way it's going. So yeah, there's quite a few locks. Look at those big doors. This is a big one, isn't it? Look at how that, it's got to go, quite a few feet. And there's how they enter. That must be another one. Yep, so there's 2 steps here. So they're going down, gotta be at least 100 feet. Just in this one, like these 2 alone. Yay! Looks like we made it. So that's enough of the canal for now. Alright, so I'm actually going to take a few moments right now to discuss something. Now, at some point during this little discussion, you're going to hear me talk about bike life. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of what bike life kind of means to me, and why I did it, and why I love it, and why I would never give it up, even as much as people warn me. People get worried about me that I ride, and I keep telling them that it's kind of part of who I am now. I am a biker. That's not something that's going to change. I am wholeheartedly, I love my bike, I love riding. I mean, I loved horses, yes, but I only stopped riding them because, well, you know what, that's not a part of the story. So let's just get back to the story. So what does bike life mean to me? Bike life is kind of everything anymore. It's the one time in my life where I feel confident, I know what I'm doing, I feel free, I don't feel the restraints of the world around me nearly as much. It's the one time I can just kind of just chill and be myself, not have to worry about anyone condemning me for who I am. I mean, I get a little nervous when I ride in a group, but when I'm by myself and I'm not having to worry about anyone else but my own riding and my own skill, it's actually kind of nice. I mean, I feel this way when I ride with certain people as well. There are others, some people I ride with I'm not quite as comfortable with. But I mean, it's, there's so much to do and so little time to do it. And it's just one of those things. Like, I want to see the world, and I want to see the world from the back of a motorcycle. And I want to see the world from the back of a motorcycle with Sir Burg. Because sharing something like this is kind of almost spiritual. I mean, I'm not a spiritual person, but I guess I kind of am. But I mean, it's more of, like, I feel one when I'm on a bike. And it's something that me and him share. So it's, shut up, you bike, woo! I popped the clutch, whoops! So here we go, now I'm not so poised. Yeah, so I feel when I'm on my bike, I just feel more comfortable. I mean, not this one yet. I'm not as comfortable on this bike yet as I will be, but that will change. I will one day be as comfortable on this bike as I am on my cruiser. It's just life. It's life as I know it now. Some of you who know me know that I currently have 3 motorcycles, and honestly, I know I'm probably going to get rid of at least one of them in the next year. But at this point, it's probably going to be the one that I'm using as a project bike. But I don't know. You never know. Maybe once I get on it, I'll absolutely love it and want to keep it forever too. So it's going to be one of those situations where I need to actually introduce myself to the Silver Wing before I can even consider parting with her. But I mean, I kind of give personalities to my bike. Like, this is my fiery little one. Very feisty. I haven't come up with a name with her yet, but I will eventually. Because it'll come to me. It usually does. Stella came to me pretty quick with my car. just because she reminded me very much of a book character. And Raven, because Raven is awesome. So now, to come up with a name for this one, I thought of things like Scarlet, Red Devil, Black Widow, I don't care, like just a lot of things I've thought of, but none of that really fits because she's feisty. She's a feisty redhead right now, and soon she will not be a redhead, so I haven't really come up with anything. So maybe at one point I'll do like a contest for names and see if anyone can come up with a really good name to call her, and then come up with a nice little prize like a gremlin bell or something. Which reminds me, I need to actually find the gremlin bell off of my other set of keys and put it on here. Because Sean gave me one. And I should put it on the old girl. There we go. Oh, I needed a bit of a break.